So Uwe, good results despite challenges in some of our markets. Tell me a bit more.
Absolutely. Good results that we are going to present today. And let's just look at the facts for a moment to get an impression what we are talking about. So underlying operating profit before tax is up 3% for the whole group. That's really a very good result in these challenging markets we are facing. I'm specifically pleased by the performance of the UK business. Again, let's look at the facts. Revenue up approximately 5% and operating profit up almost 10%. That's quite a stunning result for our UK business, and we all know how difficult the UK market is for engineering and construction. Clearly, challenges remain, and we are going to talk about them also today in the capital market presentation. For example, we still face protracted negotiations about variations of large contracts in the Middle East, and clearly also the US market still poses its challenges. But then let's look at the speedboats, and we have communicated all along that we want to grow them as fast as possible. Energy, for example, has grown its revenue by more than 18% this year. That demonstrates that the strategy in putting emphasis on energy as the most important speedboat is the right one. And then, as I always said, the operative performance of a company like ours can best be judged if we look at the cash conversion. If you look at the cash the company is generating, with 143 million sterling this year, we clearly have exceeded market expectation. That also demonstrates the health of the business. And finally, that gave us the opportunity, together with the board, to approve an increase in our dividend by roughly 5% to 32 pence. Again, a good sign for how the business is doing and how we are providing value for our shareholders.
Well, that's all very encouraging. And can you give me a little bit more colour about how our regional businesses have performed?
Let's start with the UK again. As always, the best proxy for a business is to look at headcount growth. We are growing again in the UK. As we speak now, we have roughly 9,400 employees here in the UK. We have a lot of vacancies, more than 1,000 vacancies here in the UK that we are trying to fill, both with young graduates coming in. Also here we increase the number of young, talented graduates that are joining the company, and clearly also experienced hires that we want to get on board. And in general, I think what we can see is that we now get appreciation for the multidisciplinary offering that we have here in the UK across the different business units, working better together and providing more value for our clients. So good momentum going here in the UK. Then if you look at the energy sector, as I said before, very healthy growth rate, close to 20% revenue growth. That's as good as it gets in this industry. And also here it applies to all areas where we are working. Oil and gas, of course, a buoyant market where we provide more and more services internationally, but also nuclear. The cooperation with our friends from Assystem is working well. We're expanding internationally with project wins in the Middle East, in Southern Africa, and across the international business opportunities on a worldwide basis. And also in offshore wind, and I'm specifically excited about our ability to expand our services in the renewable space as well. That's great news. We see that here in the UK, we see it also in cooperation with investors in France and our colleagues in France. If we look at the US, clearly a more challenging environment for us last year. Transportation is holding up very well and has met our expectations with regard to prestigious transportation projects we won. We made a change in the US leadership. We took a new CEO on board for Atkins North America division, Joe Boyer, and he is having a great impact on the organization, as we can see already today. We look at Asia Pacific and Europe, two regions of our business that have performed well over the last couple of years and did so again last year. Scandinavia, a very healthy market for us to do business, and we have put much more emphasis into Asia Pacific. Just look at the reopening of our office in Malaysia, the fact that we opened an office in Vietnam, won the first contracts there with regard to master planning and iconic high-rise structures in Vietnam and in China, by the way, with the enlarged architectural practice in Hong Kong. So then we look at F&G as another example of a worldwide business. Just this morning I joined our internal F&G conference and had all the reasons to thank our colleagues there for a great year. Again, challenging here in the UK, business held up well, but good expansion with an international league of prestigious private clients that we are serving, not only here in the UK, but also in the US, in Asia Pacific, in the Middle East. So this is going very well also from an F&G perspective. So all in all, if you look at how we are performing in the different regions, I'm very satisfied. And finally, if you look at the Middle East, the Atkins Middle East business, then just over the last 24 hours, we started to talk about the project win that we have secured with Vinci Grand Projects, about the Doha Red Line South, a new large metro line in Doha, which adds to the number of really iconic projects that we are currently doing in Qatar. And we see some movement also again in the Emirates about new developer-driven projects there. Clearly the challenges of doing business in the Middle East remain. As I said before, we are still entangled in some protracted variation negotiations of large contracts we are doing there in the civil space, but I'm cautiously optimistic that over the next couple of months this will all end up in a very reasonable solution, and that we benefit from the renewed momentum in the Middle East as well.
Okay, Uwe, now back to our strategy. Can you give me a little bit more information about how you're progressing towards the achievement of our strategy?
Let's remind ourselves, first of all, the strategy has not changed a bit. It's based on 3 pillars. It's operational excellence, it is portfolio optimization, and it is focused investments into growth segments and regions. On the operational excellence side, we clearly have made very good progress. We have taken complexity out of the organization, and here the proxy to see in real numbers what the effect of those measures are. Let's look at utilization and cash conversion. Utilization has gone up by roughly 2%, a clear sign that these measures are working well. And so did the cash conversion rate of the company, again evidenced by the net fund number. We are ending the year with 143 million sterling. That's quite an achievement. So this is working. And it will continue to be rolled out in other regions. We've started in the UK. Now we apply it in the US and in the Middle East, and we will reap additional benefits in internal efficiency out of that. Then we look at portfolio optimization. Clearly the most important move in the last business year was the fact that we came to an agreement with Skanska with regard to the sale of our highway services business. We believe that within Skanska, this business, which is a very healthy, very successful business here in the UK, will have a better room to grow and to flourish on the basis of what we have achieved so far. So this is the moment also to thank our 1,200 employees for what they have done for this business and our clients, and to wish them well in the new home they have found in Skanska. We expect that this deal will finally close over the summer period. And this portfolio optimization will continue in areas that we deem appropriate. But most importantly then, the third column, the focused investments. You have seen already the expansion, the focus on expansion we've put to Asia Pacific. I've related to it before with regard to Malaysia, Vietnam, the new office in Delhi that I had the pleasure to have an inauguration ceremony together with Lord Green when we were traveling together as part of the state visit of our Prime Minister. And equally, we are expanding our presence in Singapore, and the whole region for us is very, very important in our growth strategy. And so is the continued emphasis on energy, on aerospace, and on defense. And clearly, we will also look at opportunities to further expand, be it in the US or Scandinavia, if the opportunity occurs. So I'm very excited about that, because also we have strengthened our balance sheet, so we have the firepower to do this kind of investment, both organically as well as via M&A.
Okay, thank you, Uwe. Well, and finally, we want to talk about the outlook for the business. This is our 75th year. We're celebrating our anniversary. It's great that we've been able to deliver, such good results. But what's the future hold for us?
I'm really optimistic about our future. I think we have a very positive momentum in which we go into the new business year based on very solid results that we are presenting today. The whole organization, wherever I go, be it town hall meetings, be it client meetings, the feedback I'm getting is very positive. People are encouraged by what we have achieved. People are proud, and rightfully so, of this 75 heritage, where fantastic projects have been accomplished, lots of client satisfaction has been achieved, and where we typically exceed the client's expectations. Let's continue to do so, and let's not forget, we have a really fortunate position as engineers. We can shape, with our know-how, the environment in which people live and work. That's a fantastic opportunity for us, and a good reason to also have fun in what we are doing.
Uwe Krueger, CEO of Atkins, thank you.
Thank you.